Hey everybody, it's Allison, the Holistic Homesteader. We are getting ready to close our pool, and I thought I'd show you how we do it. Down here at the pool, we have this is our pool cover. The tan side goes up, black side goes down. The black prevents any sunlight from going through and into the water, so you will not get algae in your pool while you have it closed for the winter. Especially here because temperatures will fluctuate from now until who knows how long, between probably 40 and 50 degrees. So algae can grow in that environment still. Then we have this leaf guard. That'll go on top of our actual cover, and it just prevents the leaves from going, like settling down on the winter cover. So whenever we go to close our pool, a couple of the first things we do is, we shock it. We use 2 1-pound packs of shock to get the chlorine really high, and that, along with the black winter cover, will prevent the algae growth. And then we put 3 or 4 of the 3-inch, like hockey puck sized chlorine tabs in this chlorine bobber, and then that'll bob around until it gets too cold and the pool freezes over. So those are the first 2 things that we always do. The third thing is we always check the levels. If we are low on pH or low on alkalinity, for example, we will take the time to get everything up to level. We don't always clean it. As you can see here, we got a lot of dirt and sediment in the bottom, but no algae really. It's just a little dirty. It could use a good vacuuming. The reason that I don't go crazy cleaning it is because when we take the winter cover off in the spring, some dirty water will end up in here anyway, and yeah, it's just kind of pointless to clean it beforehand when you're gonna have to clean it as soon as you open it in the spring anyway. So I'm here with Brian and Harper. I'm on the filming duty, they're on the doing duty. What are we doing first?
I'm taking this line off. This is for the discharge for when you're cleaning your pool. This one's wore out, so I'm just removing it so I can get the end off the
This
line.
is the hose that we stretch out through the yard to backwash our pump. It gets anything that the pump has sucked through gets stuck in the sand, and so we backwash the water to get all that gunk out, and it just flows out into our yard over here. So we backwash it, and then we rinse it after that.
On this side of your pump, on this side of your sand filter, you have this. You want to take that off so the water will drain out of your sand so it doesn't freeze and crack your container. How do I know when you're doing that?
Action.
Okay. This is the intake to your pump. You want to disconnect it down here, and we're gonna let this water level drop before I put the cap on for the winter.
That goes on the inside.
It'll go on the inside like as if you're putting plastic on Tupperware.
Yep, it'll go right onto our skimmer right there. It literally is like a Tupperware lid.
And when you're taking your pool apart at this time of year, you want to look for wear on your lines. So you want to know whether you want to order some through the winter so you're ready for the spring. Like ours is showing cracking here. That's not good. So this line will be discontinued in use due to the fact of that, because if those rupture when you're not home, you're going to have a major water battle.
Yeah, I see some right here too.
So that means all of our lines will need replaced.
Yep. That's what we're gonna do in the spring, but in all actuality, it's smarter to try to order everything now at the end of the season sale. So our pool is very, very full. We have had a ton of rain the last few days, so we are going to let that drain down some.
Yeah.
So we've gotten all the lines disconnected from the pump. We're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna let this drain down some. Doesn't take very long when you have the main lines off. Action.
Now, I don't know. We talking on this now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you need to, but I always like to disconnect this line, especially down here on the pump motor, if you're going to let this sit outside, because there's going to be water in here. This has got water in it, so that's going to give you a chance that you can get the water to come out of there without the stuff freezing. You can even stick a little bit of RV antifreeze into this system, which is where your pump is, and it'll stop it from freezing through the winter. At this point in time, you want to stick this. It's got the crevices just like you had have on a piece of Tupperware. It matches the lines in here. You just got to match it up. Stick it on and make sure it seals up nice.
Just like you would with Tupperware. So that allows you to keep your water level where it needs to be without draining your pool the whole way down below your skimmer and your water return. Yep.
After you disconnect the line, you have to take this out so you can put this fancy plug in, which is the same plug you would use to plug that side of your port on your sand pump, your sand filler, excuse me, if you didn't have your discharge hose hooked up. So you just disconnect this and we'll screw that. The trick of the trade is when you're doing that is if you just reach in, put your hand over the side of the outlet into your pole, you can stop the water from making a mess. What we have to do is take our step ladders out. We just take you'll see in the video, because I'm sure I'll be taped. We'll pull that apart, but we'll leave the steps actually in the pole, because you ain't lifting them out when they're loaded with water.
And sand.
And
They're very heavy.
I mean, I could, but I'm just not going to show off today. So we'll leave them in the pool since I'm dressed. And then we'll go ahead and stretch out our tarp and be ready to pour through. That's how we do it around here.
So you can probably see here, right here, we do have a mat underneath our steps. It's just like a thick piece of vinyl, and it keeps our steps from rubbing on a pool liner. So those steps, these are like the feet to the steps. Just give it a little bit of extra height. Once we took the handrails out, they floated up, so that's fine. We're just going to make sure that the steps are centered on that piece of vinyl pretty well so that it's not rubbing the liner. Harper is taking those step pieces into our basement. Our basement is not finished, so we store all of our outdoor furniture and like all of our pool stuff down in the basement. So Brian just brought up the pool cover and I brought up the leaf guard. We're going to unfold this, stretch it all out, and then we will start to slide it across the top of the pool. Harper, stand on that.
Right now I'm just standing on this while they spread it out over the edge.
pull the part down under, like so we can put the cable on it.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm down underneath our pool deck, and I'm going to show you what my parents just did. So they pulled the cover down about a foot, and you have to be, I mean, there's not a whole lot of room, so you have to be pretty crouched. And you kind of just have to shove your fingers up through and pull it down about a foot or so. And you have to do this the whole way around, because next we're going to shove a blue thread through these holes, or blue wire, I guess, sorry. You're going to shove a blue wire through these so it stays down and stuff like that. Let's peek back out so you can see what they're doing.
So we are just pulling this blue cable the whole way through. We're just going in and out of these holes, and we will attach it with a metal like clamp. Okay, so we have fished that line the whole way through, the whole way around the pool cover, and now Brian is just using this clamp that is designed for these pool covers. You just insert the ends and then twist it until the cover is as tight as it can get. The noise in the background is my dogs fighting. Alright, so he has both the ends completely pulled through. He's going to pull them as tight as he can get them by hand, and then he just twists it to tighten. That's what will hold your cover on. So we're going to repeat that entire process using that black leaf guard. Alright, so you can see we got the leaf guard stretched the whole way out. Now we are running a second cable. This one is red. We're just going to go in and out of all of the holes until we're the whole way around the pool. And then when we get back to the beginning, we are just going to repeat the same process that we did with this one. All right, boss man. Now what do we gotta do?
Eat supper.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, we gotta put this cap back on. Do we do anything else?
That goes back on tight once I put a little antifreeze in the
Down in it.
down in it. I'll tighten that down.
And then do you have anything else to add to the pump? Do you have to seal anything back up or no?
Nope.
So we are done.
Done.
So there you go, folks. That is how we close our pool. This is a Hayward sand filter pump. I know that makes a difference on how you close things sometimes. Is if it's an earth filter or a sand filter. We have a big sand filter, and we love it. We don't have a lot of problems with our pool. This is the 8th year that we have had our pool.
It's 10 years old.
And it is 10 years old. We bought it used, and it's gone through a few liners, not from our fault, just from factory defect. But yeah, pool's been running great. All right, everybody, I hope you have enjoyed this video on how to close your above ground pool. We will see you next time. Bye.